It's gonna be a little bit of a different stream tonight. We're gonna actually be working on my Auriel wings from Diablo 3 and Heroes of the Storm. And I'm sure you've probably seen the video go around everywhere of me walking in it. So, yay! Hopefully that brought you here if you're new. If you are, welcome to the channel. And if you haven't followed and you're brand new and just want to check it out, go ahead and press that follow button because I know you're gonna like it. So, cheers everybody and thanks for joining. Love you. And hi Crimson, hi Little Sharky, hi Pay Up, and anybody else that is on. So I kind of figured I'd start off with actually assembling the wings on my dress form, so that way you can see kind of how I do it and talk to you how I made each part, and then once we have it all assembled and the lights on and everything, I'm gonna actually add onto it. There's a couple of things that I wanted to enhance with the wings. Some spots where it was really windy when I wore this at Anime Matsuri in Houston, and I could really tell where the fabric kind of had holes when it moved. Not literally holes, but you could tell where the separation was, so I kind of want to fill those a little bit so it's more haunting and spooky, if that makes sense. So yeah, and feel free to ask questions along the way. I will try to answer them as quickly as possible, but working from back here, I have got a tiny little screen and I've got it on my desktop monitor, so maybe a little low at talking. Video went viral, but yeah, it was, I've been told by a bunch of people it was on the front page of Reddit, and it was also on, I think, Imager or something like that, and it, from last time I checked, like 2 days ago, whoever posted it, it had like 2.4 million views, likes, follows, I don't know how the hell that goes. So yeah, and that's to add on to the video I uploaded, which got 160,000 views, which was mind-blowing, but the 2.4 million, oh my gosh. So yeah, and strangely enough, it ended up on Funny Junk as well, and Bored Panda also did a little showing of it, which was kind of cool, so yeah. Yeah, hi Zombie Corn Cob, welcome on, and thank you for letting me know my video was on one of those sites. I don't even remember which one you said. Ah, okay. Yeah, it was many places, so kind of interesting how it just circles around. But let's start. Yes, that one. I cannot pronounce that name. So with the wings, I had to make a harness. So this is my little harness. It is a 3D printed piece. This is one solid piece with all of my attachments here and here to have the leather go through. And these tubes right here, they are carbon fiber, so stupid strong. So yeah. Oh, I said it right? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, thanks, Little Sharky. But yeah, so it's just a simple little form. I made sure that it's at an angle, so that way when the wings are on and when you stand up, they're gonna be heavy, so automatically you're gonna wanna kind of slouch back. So you wanted to make sure when you stand, if it goes down, it still has the angle upward. And for these, it actually goes in the small wings, which if you look in the image that's there, the green parts are also 3D printed. I'll show you that in a second. But there's negative slots for these tubes to actually go into and sit in place. The other pieces are, it is technically 2 straps of leather here that are sewn here, and then this one strap just goes around, and it goes around my front side and it'll buckle, and I'll show you how that goes. Hopefully I won't get my hair caught. Hi, Just Great. Pokemon. It's a little kitty. Oh, that's cute. And you have to have it pretty tight. And I have, when I wear this, I have my bodysuit that I made. So it sits like that, and you pull. It squishes the girls, unfortunately, but this actually holds it in place. And I did have marks underneath right here, where it goes under the arms. I had no issues with on top, doubling up on the straps on both sides. Oh no, it froze! Okay, we're good. So simple, well, fairly simple construction again, with the wings to go like that. Yeah. And I'm gonna be putting it on my dress form so we can work off of that. It didn't freeze for you, Crimson? Good. Alrighty. And my little dress form, I have sandbags and lots of 2-pound pellet bags, so that way the weight of the wings doesn't force it to side. And I actually try to sit it higher on my dress form, so it takes more of the balance, because the weight's going to push it down more. And I'm just pulling my straps right now to make it extra secure. CPVC is the pipe that I use. Thank you, Crimson. Such a tongue twister. But you can bend that really easily with a heat gun, applying even heat throughout the whole piece, and it actually, once it starts to be bendable, you have to be really careful that you don't do it too much, because it'll actually rip apart, but you want to have it where it turns to kind of mush, like clay. It'll definitely get loose, and then just kind of bend it and hold it in place for it to cool down, and then it's perfect. So this is one piece of pipe that goes through here. It goes through the inside of my CAD piece completely. It comes through right here. You can see a little bit sticking out. And it finishes in here. And this piece is actually not glued in place, so that way you can twist it a little bit and I can kind of move things. So, and I wanted to have this piece for support, just for a little bit more for the wings, less bending, and it actually connects this piece and this piece, kind of holding it more. CPBPCB, yes, that thing. So yeah, the part that I was mentioning that I do want to fix in the future is my wires. So where this hits, I actually hot glued it down and I painted a little bit. It looks, in my opinion, really messy for me. And I want to go through and just cover it up better. And then I have the wire that comes through here. And it's hard to hold one. There's actually a space in between for you to hold the wire. And I'll get through, or I'll talk about this later when we put the lights on. But to show you, the inside is actually the soft part of the Velcro. So the LEDs, it's an LED strip that has Velcro on the other side. So I put it in between the tool, plug it in, and then I wrap it all the way around the rest of the wings. So yeah. Oh, give my arm a rest. Okay. So when you put these on, you have to do them both at the same time. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. I'll try to do it so you can see, but you might not be able to see very well. And they're at an angle too. So that's with one on. And that's with both. So you can see kind of where the carbon fiber rods come through. And the reason for this much spacing is because there's actually a EVA foam backplate that goes in between that. So it would be myself, my bodysuit, then I would have this 3D printed harness, then I would have my EVA foam backplate, and then the wings would come on. So I have to have help getting this on. Can't do it by myself, so it's always great to have a good handler. And thank you, Crimson, for helping me at Anime Mitsuri. It was very greatly appreciated. So yeah, those are the basics of the wings, and it's really easy to walk around in. Very surprisingly, it's lightweight. The only issue I have is, like, obviously I take up a little more space with just this part, but pretty good. I can bend probably about that far back and they don't come off so far. And that's with the harness really tightly on. No breathing problems, unlike my Mercy cosplay with the moving wings. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Instagram or my YouTube or any of my other social medias at Tiffany Gordon Cosplay, and you can see my Combat Medic Ziegler Mercy skin. Actually, I have the wings right here. But my Mercy wings that actually light up and open and close when I wear it. So check that out. You saw we made the wings 3 times larger. Or you say we do. No, no one missing my cosplay. I want to take up as much room as possible. When I have the big wings on, it actually, like, no issue except for spatial awareness. And then wind. Wind affects me a lot. In some of the videos I have, it's pretty funny where I'll be walking and all of a sudden I just have to stop because I'm like blowing back so much. So yeah. I'll be a mobile billboard. Yeah, we'll just program different like ads on my wings to show through the lights and everything. Perfect. So yeah, that's what the small wings is what I call them, and I will be also doing a tips video, which I've done 2 so far for this cosplay. They are on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram channel, so check them out. But I'll be doing one over the wings slowly. I'm still learning to do videos, like adding all of my stuff together, so right now they're kind of more like PowerPoints in my opinion, like slideshow. But I've got a lot of video of me making each piece, so I want to figure that out and incorporate it as well. Wind was used. It was super effective. Oh, aw. Thank you. I appreciate it. I actually haven't had, like, I've had people say they like it, but I haven't had anybody, like, really, like, say that they liked it or, like, too much. Just, like, great video or cool. So I'll keep doing them. Hopefully they help other people with their cosplay stuff. That's my goal. I want to help. So, yeah. Which reminds me, little Sharky. Let me... It is not assembled fully, but picture that on there, and that is the Kirito sword, 3D printed. So yeah. I have to do some editing for my connection pieces. Some of them were a little off-center, so I gotta make sure it's all correct. But to show you, we are making progress. Woot! And then a handle. Woot. Thanks. And that will be available for purchase in my, or on my website store in the next few weeks. When do we test the blade? We need to test it with like a watermelon. A kind of soft watermelon though. Alrighty. Next step is we're going to add the wings. The main ones anyway. Gotta make sure it's really ready for combat. So I already have the wings pre-assembled, just because they're a little fussy to put together. This is this side. I have them each labeled. One side is the alphabet, one side is numbers. I've already fixed a couple of things. Some issues that I had at the con were some of my connection pieces didn't stay together too well, so it's all been reinforced. Hi Angel, sorry, welcome back on. So yeah, and the reason this is not one solid piece and it's in sections is because this whole cosplay that you see right next to me fits in a suitcase. It disassembles completely. So one large suitcase and one small carry-on for like 2 extra pieces. And that was my goal for now on for all my cosplays, is that they are travel friendly for the most part. So it has to fit in a suitcase, so everything has to be disassembled. And originally, so right here to here is one of the pipes. Then from here to here is another part of the pipes. And they're all again bent with heat gun. And there's what I call knuckles. And I originally made this into 2 pieces because I didn't think it would fit in my suitcase. But then when I disassembled it, I realized both the pieces, when they're connected, fit perfectly because the pipes bend just a little bit. So I went ahead and glued this, and that's one of the pieces that we're actually going to be putting more of the tulle on tonight, because what I had to do each section has its individual tool that is attached to it to lay down. So typically where the holes or the gaps, that's where a knuckle was for attaching. So all of this right here was one piece, or well, many pieces, but they felt like one. So yeah. You expected a thicker wing material, but it worked nicely. Yeah, well, if you go with heavier material, it adds to the weight, and you want it to be light and airy, because I wanted the wind to actually actually cut up because I used the template. Yeah. Aw, thank you. So yeah, the fabric though that I used, which was a chainmail print I bought from Joann's Fabric. It is Yaya Han. Far enough on my Instagram, you'll actually find the pictures. But best friend for this cosplay was Velcro. So back here was where I hold my batteries for this cosplay. And then this is all of the pieces of Velcro. You don't see any of this, but for the arm pieces, I'd attach it using that. And I'm actually later on going to sew these on. I did not have time when I was making this. Again, I made this in 2 months, this whole cosplay, while working a full-time job Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So I was happy to finish it. Yeah. And then what I was talking about, the side pieces. So this is where the waist is. And these are leather pieces, and these little pieces are EVA foam that's been painted with the airbrush. And then it has like a minor detail on the legs where it actually has like a little flap that goes all the way around or down the edge of your leg. And this are the pieces behind the bum and the back of the knee. Yeah. So, and it's a full suit that goes from top to bottom. It was my first one. Oh, Shanghang Prime. Or, sorry. I get your name wrong. Thank you for the host. I'm sorry I butchered your name. Much appreciated. I posted that I was going to be at a certain time just great. Thank you. Yeah, bum support straps. Awesome. It's what gives you the butt lift, right? So yeah, that was the chainmail fabric. Thank you, Scar, for the 100 biddies. I appreciate it. And cheers, everyone. Ice cream is wonderful. Okay, so the next part is I'm going to attach my LED lights all the way around the pipes. Hi, Dinkist. Maybe thank you for the follow. Love you. Okay, I'm gonna move this back so I can have my wine, and actually I'm gonna leave that there for now. Okay, so the LEDs, which when you bring everything in a suitcase, I had to put these in a bag separately because the Velcro on the back of my LED lights actually sticks to the tool. A little bit of a problem, but that is it. It is, the lights are pre-done on it, meaning that it is controlled with a remote. It can be any color that I want it to be. I can choose the sequins for it to be a disco ball, which you've seen in some of the videos, or if I want it to just be the blue color, which you can see on, I don't know if that's my left or my right, but that's what helps make the glow. So this is without the lights. The picture on that side is with the lights. all the way around the whole thing now, I go in and I add, or I connect my two wires together. Of your choosing. wires, and then we're going to do our light show. Gosh, Mel. Aw. exact color that I wanted. So I went with that, and I'm really happy with it. The one thing with the remote though is if you do want to change the colors, right here, which normally sits on the back of my neck, is where the box is. During the stream, press the follow button. Love you. Buckets. Okay. Hoot. Actually, that didn't take very long. That was like an hour to talk about all that. Buckets of water. We're in the sinking ship. Buckets. Go quick. So now what I want to do is I actually want to enhance the wings a little bit. We talked about earlier where, because the wings, they disassemble completely so it fits in a suitcase. There are some, so like here, I consider this a hole. So when the wind blows, let's say the wind is blowing, and it's really, really windy outside. If this piece goes like this, blowing, then you have this hole. And now that this top piece, I made it so it's one, it's glued together more, because I discovered that actually these two top pieces fit in my suitcase as one, so I'd rather them be more structurally sound as being one instead of two separate pieces. So I'm going to be filling in that as well as some other places. I want to add more coverage on the top of all of the pipes. So, thank you, Chaz. If you're interested in any of my other cosplays, as well as more videos of this cosplay and some how-to videos called Tips, you can check them out on my Instagram page by clicking that link down there, or over there, wherever you have it on your screen, to my Instagram page, as well as you can check out my website at www.tiffanygordon.cosplay.com. And that'll give you a lot of other behind the scenes, and specifically on my website, I have a page dedicated to this cosplay that tells you each piece that I made, what the materials were, and like kind of what paints and stuff I used a little bit. I will be doing more how-to videos on this one later on, also like showing how I made the wings and other pieces, so yeah. Oh, awesome! Thank you, Captain. I appreciate it. Okay, so, I already pre-dyed my fabric, which this is currently 2 different types of tulle fabric. This one right here is like a cheesecloth kind of material, and this one is a tulle. They all started out this color. Woot! And I really don't like using the fabric dyes that you can just buy from Joann's or Walmart or whatever. I do acrylic dyes, which is where you take a tube of acrylic paint and you get a bucket, fill it with hot water, and you put the whole entire tube in there, you put your fabric in there, and then you're like a washing machine or a cat making biscuits to the fabric for a couple minutes. You let it sit for an hour completely submerged underwater. You take it out and then you let it dry, which I put in my dryer, which was a little bit of a cleanup afterwards. So if you do that and it's not your dryer, you better ask permission and you better clean the thing, or you might get in trouble. The reason I do acrylic dyes is because I feel like the color is a little more poppy, and specifically for tulle, for acrylic, it makes it a little more stiff and a little more, when you squeeze Oh, Phil, thank you for the $10 donation. Aw, very much appreciated. Love you as always. Ah. I try to keep notes. I know I've missed some in the past, but I'm trying to keep notes so I can put you in the scrolly thingy. And I will be working on the ground a little bit, so I'll try to keep the camera in focus. Which, I'm going to change it just a little bit. You can see my madness. Because I can't use my other chair either, because the fur is sleeping in it. Hi, Chella. It's okay. Good girl. Big yawn. Back to sleep under the table. Okay. So, what I did was I cut the length that I want, and I'm actually going to be cutting this in half, hot dog style, so that way I have it on both sides of the wings. So to do that, I'm just going to lay it out flat, as much as possible anyway. chat from y'all. Move. And my mouth did not like it, and it really hurt my gums, but the real one is she? How about... We'll try that for now. Oh yeah, that's okay. I don't have Amazon Prime, but my friends do, so I just borrow their stuff and watch everything on it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna fill more holes. Let's see. Let's attach that more. There it is. Oh, it delivers you groceries? That's pretty cool. Reflecting your laziness. Uh-huh. I heard there's, like, in some places, hour delivery. So one of the reasons I attach the lights on beforehand when I work on it is because I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally gluing to the Velcro, and I can really see where the LED lights lay, so it makes it a lot more visible. This needs tool there. I don't like that showing, so we'll add some there and there. You get fresh fruit. I feel like it would be weird though that you're not picking out your own fruit, because some of it might be like not. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly hate shopping too. I don't like dealing with people. Like, especially the place that I used to live was in the middle of nowhere, and it was like a retirement town. So everybody that was there, it was like when you went to the store, it was like nothing but little old ladies, and they walked so slow. Occasional bruised fruit might come with it, yeah. But I guess, I mean, you are paying for the convenience, not necessarily the perfect fruit. Aww. Well, that's okay, because you don't need to eat vegetables. They're icky anyway. I know in some places, my local grocery store, which is H-E-B, I think they're starting to do it too. Or at least they have the curbside pickup one, where you can order it and then just come up and they'll have all your groceries ready. I always sit on the wrong side. Okay, we'll do it backwards. Because I'm a righty. I stay in shape by eating the souls of my enemy. No, I thought we discussed this. I'm actually a vampire and I just live off of wine. And of course the souls of my enemies, but shh, you're not supposed to tell them. What? You hear the rabbit is good? No, no, no! Ches! Shh. Don't tell him. He actually, so after I was done streaming, actually it might have been before I was streaming on Saturday, but Ches got a haircut, so he's completely shaved. The poor little guy, he looks kind of silly because I cut his bangs a little too short, and so it's like, but he's a little like distant right now just because he always hates getting his hair cut. But in the end, he really appreciates it because I live in Texas and it's hot and his hair was that long. So. Yeah. Yes, Ches is my rabbit. Cesare. Oh no, it froze. Are we good? Okay, we're good. Woot. Got right there. No, why are you having problems? Stop having problems. Yeah, I have a rabbit and I have a cat. The cat, her name is Chella. Right. Good girl. Oh yeah, that'll look nice. Yeah, Chella's the kitty cat. Actually, little Sharky, I never told you, but you spell her name wrong. There's no H in her name, but that's okay. And Ches, his full name is Cesare. You're supposed to stick. No, Mel. I have both. Yeah, they get along. My rabbit, he is actually litter box trained, so he goes in the litter box, as well as the cat. But he has his own little area, and Chella is actually, she just tolerates him. She's never tried anything with him. And Ches, he just thinks he's a cat, and he doesn't understand why she doesn't want to hop around. I don't like this song. Ooh. Let us try this station instead. Oh, it's fine, little Sharky. my concern with adding it here, so there's the pipe, the next pipe starts here, and what I'd want to do is I'd want to put it right here, but I don't because I don't want to cover it. And if I add anything over here, then I'll be messing with the form, and I really tried to keep this shape. So I'm afraid if I add more tulle right here, like it would be fine there, but then I feel like there would be like a hole here. So I think I may just leave it at that section. There's the part I want to cut. There we go. Okay. Okay. Switch into crash mode. Oh no! Not crash mode. Uh-huh. Alright, so the next piece we're gonna mimic that on that side, which will show you the difference. Which already looks better. This side looks a lot more full than that side. On this part on the bottom, where over here, right in there, it seems to be a little bit more of a hole, so I want to fill that just a little bit more. Here, actually. I put it here, which is right in this whole spot. Yeah, that's it. Good to go. Let's see. So does anybody have any plans for this upcoming weekend? I have nothing. Besides my stream on Saturday, which I'll be doing Sea of Thieves, yay! I will be a pirate, arg. Or R, whatever it is. One thing I'm also going to be doing this weekend is I'm going to be picking out what images I want for prints. So if there's any cosplays, like obviously I'm going to do a print of this. I'm actually considering doing this image right here as a print. Is this something y'all would be interested in? This image? Or do you think some of my other images that I've posted so far, I have a lot more, but like, is this something you think you'd like, or let me know. Yeah. I plan on start doing a bunch of prints, and I'll do like a couple of each costume, I think, just to kind of get an idea of what people like of my work for an image. So yeah. That picture is one of the better ones. Surprisingly, the picture that's right there was taken on my phone. I'm really happy I changed from an iPhone to my Pixel 2 is what I have now. And the camera's just so much nicer. What? Nobody likes a brown noser mo? I don't know. There's at least one person who... Okay. I don't know what that means. Oh. I do have, I can't announce anything yet, but there may possibly be a surprise in the future. Possibly, if everything works out. So, once I am told everything is a go, then I will let you know what that is. Misery Side, thank you for the follow. Love you. So yeah, exciting news. Alright, so we added that piece. And I think it looks a lot better. There's still, on both sides, those knuckles for the very bottom piece kind of makes me a little upset, but we'll see. Ah, heart. Woot. There's only a handful of pictures that you've found for this cosplay. Yeah. For I think last stream I showed actually all of my photo shoots. I think the other photo I have is one where I'm like this that I've posted. I think those are technically the only two photos that I've actually posted of these. But I have a ton of Asuna, a ton of my Comet Medic Ziegler Mercy skin, and those would be the only ones that I'd be doing. The other ones I plan on, so I got a new wig for my Siri cosplay, so I'm going to redo that one a little bit. I'm going to, instead of the wooden sword that I have, I'm going to 3D print her sword as well as her pendant. The pendant I had done, the cat's head, in copper originally. I had etched it and then etched and oxidized and painted and all this. But I want to 3D print those, and those will also be in my store once I do those. But yeah, so I'll do a photo shoot with that. I still have to do a photo shoot of my Khaleesi, and I'd like to do another one of my Yennefer, and my Valkyrie Mercy, and my Lone Wolf Hanzo. So yeah. The pictures of Mel and me doing the thing, oh gosh. Shh, shh, you're not supposed to tell people that. That's later. My microphone is very low. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Let me try to balance it. Oh no, I don't want studio mode. Go back. that better for volume? Because this is where the mic is, and then I walk away. Mic. Any better? Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, if volume's ever an issue, please don't hesitate to say something. Aw, thanks, Mel. A bit. You need to get me the finished picture? Yeah. Oh, you've seen this sword a million times? Yeah. I have some pictures. I have one on my website. On the front page, but I didn't actually add it to its actual page. And then I've done some on Instagram. I just haven't had time to post anymore and edit. With this one, Auriel being so popular, I tried to focus on that just a little bit more, so that way I could get some more of those images out over Asuna, because Asuna wasn't as popular. You did miss a number of streams. A little bit, Mel, just a little bit. I'll try to find some photos real quick. all the pieces that I had made for it, for this shirt. Stupid thing, go back. There we go. It was PAX. Ah, thanks, little Sharky. You always want to be everywhere. Uh-huh. Okay. Do. You're supposed to be in 2 pieces. There you go. Yes. My roommate, he has a Oculus VR headset. So I thought, if you know the anime that Asuna character was from, it's Sword Art Online, which basically is about a virtual reality game where they go into it, but then they get stuck in it. They can't take the headset off or they die. So they live there for, I think it goes on for like 3 or 4 years that they're actually stuck in the world. And so I thought it was kind of funny to have another version of it. So. You want to buy another VR set? Okay, we were going to hide this piece. I think that looks good. I used to have one of the settings where when you said her name, Ches would pop up and it would say, "Chella, my mortal enemy," or something like that. Yes, that was burning my hand real quick with the hot glue. Had the hot glue gun on so long that the glue is actually starting to turn yellow from being too hot or on too long. Yeah. Whoa, that's weird. So apparently my phone doesn't have... Let me restart it. I've been like reading my phone chat, but it actually doesn't say like half of what you're saying. What did I miss? I know, I'm trying not to hurt myself. That's cool. I have trouble with the VR headsets. It messes with my vision. and makes me slightly dizzy. And feel free, if you have any questions, you can ask. And if you don't want to ask it on the stream, you can whisper me, or you can email me, or you can check out any of my other social medias, and I'll try to get back to you on there as well. They weren't very good, yeah. That looks a lot better. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in and I'll show you what I did. This is probably like Tron. Yeah. Yeah, so the part that I added was right here. And the part that I need to do is right here. So you can see where the lights are a little bit brighter. It's kind of not as noticeable on the camera, but this side there's definitely like a hole right there where I can see the pipe. It's not even covered with any of the tulle, and that's actually a knuckle for where my two pieces join together. Yeah. Hi, I can't read your name, it's so light. I can read Rin. You're on my screen, you're like almost the same color as the background. Thank you, Crimson. Yeah, currently I have it plugged into the wall just so I can easily go through. But we normally have it like hooked up to, or I normally have it hooked up to a battery. And these wires, I end up attaching it onto, it's attached with Velcro onto my bodysuit that sits underneath my hood so you don't see it and it's easy to get on and off. Just pull it apart, put on the next one, Velcro, done. Thank you for answering, Crimson. Yeah! Alright, now for the next part. Your match is loading, you're disappearing again. Okay, back into lurking mode. Alright, so this is the hole right here that I need to do. IT is leaving for a second. All questions must now wait. No, Mel, why are you changing your color? Velcro is your duct tape. It fixes everything, right? I can read the gray, the one what's the name? That Rin uses. It's like a very, very light tealy color that I can't read from a distance. And I'm reading my chat from about 6 feet away right now. So it's a little difficult for me. Either that or I have my phone over there on my studio bench. From here to here. Okay. I'm trying to have them even on both sides in the same spot. Relatively. Too many wires. You did a simple little color hack back when they had color wheels for Twitch. Oh, okay, cool. Oh gosh, I can't read that now. I think that's you, Mel. Yes. Evil, evil, evil. You do that on purpose. It actually is less legible for me when it's in all caps. Because when it's in lowercase, I can see if letters go up and down to know if they're like a T or something. Good thing for having a perfect vision. But I can read it. No! It looks fantastic in dark mode and destroys eyes in normal. Yeah. Yeah, my screen is normal white. What is it? I used to have somebody, when it was in the dark screen, somebody who had the exact color of the back, or the dark one. And I was just like, I have no idea who you are. I can't even make out a single letter. He's like, perfect. That might have been you, Mel. I don't even remember. Wouldn't surprise me. Cap locks is now broken. Roger that. Awesome. Ah, you changed it. Your name is unreadable in dark mode? You're almost certain it was you? Of course, Mel. Who else would it be? Always playing tricks on me. The dark blue is hard to see in dark mode, but like dark mode. Ah. I actually find it really helpful when people have like colors. For the longest time, I know certain people by their color, like Little Sharky, you're always the dark blue for the most part. Mel, you're typically red. Payup was typically like a pink, or no, he changed all the time, but he liked to go to green mostly. Blueberry, he hasn't been on for a while, but he was mostly pink and he changed to purple. You think he used to use green? You look good as green. Or at least your name looks good as green. The list helps, yeah. Okay. So that covers the knuckle, but now we have this little bit of poof, so I want to kind of, yeah. Yeah, terrible one. You're normally light blue for me. Or whatever color you are right now is your normal color for me. But for me, it's light blue. I used it for the wings. You're the color of my Auriel wings, Voxy. There you go. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching the stream. Also, and if you're liking the stream, press the follow button. Love you. It must be 10 o'clock. AC just clicked on. Okay. I'm happy with the outer parts of the wings now. I think all of this looks so much better than where we started. and forth. Yeah, A-con. No. Oh yeah, when you do the hashtags for things, you always get him pops up. Unfortunately. No, 4 more days. It's already a 4-day convention. That would be awful to add more. Like taking off for work, because I work a day job. And so taking off for work that long for Thursday and Friday, whew, a little difficult. And then I typically take off that Wednesday because gotta drive there. It's a like 4 or 5 hour drive. Yeah, that's a lot. You want to cosplay as Akon at Akon? Oh my gosh. Akon last year, I actually really liked it. I thought, well, I went there back when I was in high school. I believe it was 2010 or 2009 when I was there last. I competed in their hall cosplay. I won best craftsmanship, but it was awful. The convention was fun, but the cosplay stuff like was really bad. Now fast forward, when I went last year and I competed, they did an amazing job. They were quick, they got through everything. There was no waiting. Like as a cosplayer, you didn't have to be in cosplay the whole day, which was really nice. They were very, very professional. They'd proved their game. And I actually won Best in Show for my Valkyrie Mercy and my Lone Wolf Hanzo cosplay. But besides that, they were really, really good, and I enjoyed the convention. So I'm going again this year. I also got free tickets because of winning, but I was going to go anyway, just because I really enjoyed it. If you bring a real sword, they will be afraid to not give you the Best in Show. Gosh. I haven't been to that one, Rin. Yeah, a lot of conventions have had some weird acts during the cosplay contest. Not the cosplayers, but whoever they hide. Sometimes they're a little bit like, okay, can you go? We don't want to listen to you anymore. But there's only been a few of those that you just want them to stop talking or stop singing at. Yeah. Okay, well, I think the other 2 holes I'm gonna do on a different night because I really want to figure out how I'll put them together. The issue with these parts, so from here to here, the bar for where it detaches is right here. And I don't want to have it looking like that with it covering. I want to have it shown. So that means I'm going to have to attach some of the fabric here some more when I take the wings off, as well as I'm going to have some longer ones here that are structured for where they end, or I'll have it where it glues in certain spots. But I want to sit back and I want to think about that one. So I'll show the lights again with all the lights off, and then I will actually disassemble it so you can see everything. And, well, maybe. We'll see. Sometimes I have trouble with taking these apart just because of me being short. I might need somebody's help. But if I can do it by myself, I'll do it. If not, then I'll leave it up and I'll have my roommate help, because I got no muscles and I'm short. So yeah, but I'll show you the lights real quick again. And cheers everybody, y'all have been amazing this stream. I very much appreciate it. Love you, and if you're enjoying the stream, press the follow button. Okay. So this is with the lights on, with the lights and lights on. So yeah. And I'm gonna start turning off lights so you can see without the 4 lights on, 5 lights, however many I have. Okay, so this is with all the lights off again, in the whole room except for the LEDs on there. Woot! And if you missed earlier, they do change colors with my magic remote. Woot! So if I want to be evil, I can do this. We need to get all those lights attached to a single switch, you think? Yeah. Well, one's the ceiling fan, one's my bench light, one's above my studio table, and then one is for when I'm streaming. But for the seizure effect, you're warned. It's a little hard to look at, honestly. And then I like the fade a lot. I wish it only faded in blue, but yeah. The LEDs, they already came pre-lit, or with all the colors, no programming, just a couple of solder to have them attached to one. And I think they were like $15, $20 for a strand that's, I don't even remember how long, but they're like 3 times as long as one of the wings, and all controlled by this. So yeah. Let's see. That one's pretty. Let's see, where was the... You can do like that, that, that. It's like interesting when I look there, it's a different color than there. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. These are a lot easier to do than my Mercy ones. My Mercy ones, each wing had its own LED and had to do so much wiring. Like the gradual fade. Hard to see, but yeah. So, party! Right? Woot! So to give you an idea of, this is with the lights off, but my monitor's on. So it's that. And then with them on is that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn all the lights back on. Oh, and I'm gonna unplug my hot glue gun. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna disassemble it some, as much as I can by myself. And this whole cosplay, including the wings, all disassembles inside a large suitcase. So if anyone needs a flashlight, just tell you to put on your costume. Yeah. It could be a nightlight, that's fine. Stool. So I'm taking off the LED lights right now. Okay, there we go. So this is one wing, and I'll show you after I take the other one off how it comes apart. It tastes like a demotion. Oh. Make sure to catch me if I fall, okay? Okay, there is the other wing. So this is without the wings attached, the large wings. And then I'll show you how the large wings separate now. You really try not to laugh though. Oh no! Do a trust fall? No. No. Okay, so here we attach this part, so these two sections are now as one because it fits in my suitcase together. And we'll see how well I put my pieces together today. Can never trust a stream? Of course not. Okay, so that's where it attaches. Oh no, I touched the Velcro on the LEDs, so now they're attached again. Go away. Okay, we'll put the LEDs farther back. So this is one part of the wing, which then can fold up like that. And that is the top part. And then this part is two sections. So this is the bottom, this is the middle section. So just comes apart. And they're all labeled on the side, so I know which order they go in. But that's one section, that's the other one. So all of this can fold up and fit in a suitcase. And I'm just gonna do that one side and I'll do the other one later. Oops, there goes the heat gun. Oh, thanks, Ches. If you're interested in more of this cosplay as well as my other ones, you can check out my website by the link Ches just posted, www.tiffanygordcosplay.com, as well as you can check out my other social medias like YouTube and Instagram, and I think I got my Facebook, and they're all Tiffany Gordon Cosplay. Hard to miss. Yeah. So with this, move that. These are actually attached to each other by the Y cord, and these are 3D printed. They just easily come off. Woot. That's it. But you have to have them together because of the wire. So, and they're all, again, that's the parts that they come in. I have a tendency to think about things before she does it, just a little bit. Especially with having to use the bathroom in a cosplay. That's like, always I know how. Or like how to make parts for it. And then the only other piece that's holding this is just the harness. Easy done. So this is the harness, which is also 3D printed. All the CADs done by me. 3D printed on my own 3D printer, and then these are the carbon fiber tubes, and then my leather straps, which go over the shoulders, and then attach with this over the breast. So that's my little how-to harness. Much more comfortable than my Mercy cosplay. So yeah, that's the little behind the scenes of my Auriel wings, and I hope y'all enjoyed seeing it. I hope this helps with some of your cosplays possibly. Biggest things that I learned from this one is everything has to be disassembled to fit in a suitcase. Like always considering like doors, and you have to have a handler for this. So things like that. And making sure you could get in and out to use the restroom. Oh, thank you, Angel Sora, for the 200 biddies. Love you, and you are still my first mate. Awesome. You rock. I'm improving my wing designs. I know. This is my third wings. we had my first wings that I ever did were, trying not to hit the fan. So these were my first wings I did, which were insulation foam and Warbler. We moved, oh, and this is Valkyrie Mercy. So we moved from that to these, which are Combat Medic Ziegler Mercy, and these lit up to each of the blades light up blue, separate wiring, and they also opened and closed, so they'd go like this, and they'd open fully like that. And then this Auriel cosplay, that one, is my third version of wings. So who knows what my fourth one will look like. Hopefully y'all will be impressed by it too. But thank y'all all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. My next stream will be a gaming stream on Saturday night. Going to be a pirate arg. Playing Sea of Thieves with hopefully Foe, Just Great, and Terrible One. Hopefully y'all are still in by that day and nothing comes up. I hope to see all of y'all there. It'll be normal time, 7:30 Central Standard Time in the PM. Lindynux, thank you for the follow. Love you. And that stream on Saturday will go most likely till midnight. If not, it'll go to 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. Sorry. So yeah, and check out my Instagram, my website, my YouTube, Facebook. You can all get behind the scenes of everything. If you really enjoyed if you enjoyed the stream, press the follow button. It's greatly appreciated. If you really enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe, which is greatly appreciated. All funds go back to the channel and back to my cosplay making. So yeah, and you can also subscribe for free if you have Twitch Prime. So check that out. Other ways you can do is you can share my stuff with other people, spread the word. Donations are fine too, biddies. Everything is so greatly appreciated, and I do really enjoy streaming, so yay. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope to see you on Saturday, so love you. And I apologize for my ending stream, or my ending slide. Typically I have a photo on there, but I transferred all of my photo locations, and so the link messed up. So now it just says the end, and it's black. So, sorry, feels bad. But, thank you again, and I hope to see you Saturday. Love you.